It's NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. From the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden in Midtown Manhattan. Tonight, the New York Knicks taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. New York begins the game with the basketball. Jay, last few drafts, the Knicks have gone younger. What do you like about Kevin Knox and his raw potential?
His upside. He just turned 19 on August 11th of this past summer, and what he did in Summer League blew my mind. Was first-team All-NBA Summer League, averaged 24 points, shooting 47% from the field. This kid has every chance to be a star.
Frank Ntilikina trying to cash in on the three-point play. For his career, 72%. Free throw up and good. It's a three-point play on the first possession of the game. Hill into the front court. Looking to make something happen to Love. Baseline drive. That's rebounded by the Knicks. To Hardaway. Trey Burke. And it's cleared by Thompson. Hill across the timeline. Down three. Going to launch beyond the arc. Not that time. He misses. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
George Hill at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 80% at the line. The free throw's good. It's a three-point play, and we're even at 5. Last year, Jay, Knicks with 29 victories, but that was with Porzingis going down in February. We'll have to see when the big fella, if he comes back this year.
Well, he'll come back. He's been doing some things on the boat in the offseason that a lot of people have made fun of. But I think Coach Fizdale will get this team back on track. And what he was able to do towards the end of the season by taking Frank Ntilikina and Emmanuel Mudiay to a playoff game to let them show the toughness it takes to get to the next level would be instrumental.
Off the assist.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Cavaliers with the basketball. Take stock of the floor. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
George Hill trying to cash in on a three-point play. Hasn't missed yet. Free throw's good. A three-point play. And with that, they go up by 3. Burke with it. He'll run the offense. To Cantor. And it's Cantor. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Hill into the front court. Leads 1. To Love. knocks it down from mid-range.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Cleveland has the basketball. Hill to Korver. To Ntilikina. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Probably option 3 right there in the court, but every player is a threat. No excuse for that easy bucket.
George Hill to Love. Hill. And he can't get it to go down.
Oh! And he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Substitutions, Cleveland.
Nance. To George Hill. Here's a chance from long range. George Hill forcing that one. Well defended.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Ball in possession of Cleveland. Hill to Colin Sexton. Hill. His first quarter struggles from deep continue. It's no good.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Hood. Down low Thompson. Shot from the lane won't go.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Sexton to Hill. To Colin Sexton. Alonzo Trier. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
Look, it's still early. Make your opponent work for those possessions. You don't want to start racking up too many personal fouls.
Enes Kanter has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 77% at the line. First one, count it.
Number 11, Frank Ntilikina. Into the game, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Number 0, Kevin Love.
And he makes them both. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a 3-point play. No foul.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Colin Sexton slams it down.
Absolute stud, just flexing on them on both the defensive and offensive end. I don't know if we should call him the young bull anymore. He's maturing right in front of our eyes.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Number 2.
15-footer at the buzzer. We're through one here at Madison Square Garden with the Knicks on top. Jay and I back with more of NBA Wednesday night on EA Sports after this. First quarter complete, on to the second period. A little bit of a feeling out process so far.
And we're exceeding the speed limit. These guys are playing fast. And the thing I love about it the most, there's entertainment in this game. Guys are looking away after they shoot the ball. Guys are clapping. Guys are energetic. This is why you love this sport.
To Rodney Hood. Goes to the left side. Love. Wide open look. Won't go.
Just seems like there's lead in the feet of the defenders. You have to bounce quicker to the ball to deter that shot.
Sexton to Korver. Plenty of contact. The shot no good. To Moutier. And a nice finish at the rim.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Sexton to Love. The Knicks clear the board. Jay, the Knicks searched long and hard for their next head coach. They chose David Fizdale. Why was this the right choice?
Well, first off, he's a two-time NBA champion as assistant coach with D. Wade. And out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Stepping in for New York, number 23, Trey Burke.
Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Trey Burke. Hill across the timeline. They're down 3. To Love. Hill. It's good.
Okay, I see you throwing the ball like a quarterback in the pocket for the touchdown.
To Cantor. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
The defender was actually in a good position there. They even made a decent play on the ball, but sometimes those bounces go the other way. Still, stay aggressive out there.
Cantor at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. And the free throw is good. 3 points on that trip. Cavs at the controls. George Hill to J.R. Smith. Hill. It's no good. Shots not going down. Burke with it. Leads 3. To Kevin Knox. 4-3. Kevin Knox forced that one. Well defended. Thompson to Korver. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Every hero needs a good sidekick. Nice find to set up the 3.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
You know, sometimes it takes a little while to figure things out. Towards the end of the 17-18 season, Trey Burke finally looked like the guy who was drafted 9th overall. In fact, he looked even better, hungrier than I've ever seen him before. He even braided his hair to resemble his idol, Allen Iverson. I'd keep an eye out and see what he can do in this one.
Ntilikina with a shot, no good. Hill into the front court. They trail by 2. To Love.
2 minutes remaining.
Oh, blocked away.
And that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Kevin Knox to Ntilikina. Fires the 3. Defense taking a page from Ntilikina. Missed the 3. Hill across the timeline. Down 2. For 3, they have to keep him in their grasp.
Defense, do the math. You force him to take tough 2s, you'll probably have a better chance to win this game if you can slow down the pace.
Now the coach of the Knicks going to signal for a timeout as they'll talk things over in a 1-point basketball game. Changes coming from both sides right now. Easy path to the rim.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Hill into the front court. They trail by 1. to J.R. Smith. Here comes the screen. Smith to Love. From the painted area, won't go down. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
You see, here's why versatility is so imperative for your offensive repertoire. If you're a one-trick pony as a defender, I know exactly how to defend you because you only do one thing. But if you have versatility, then the coach can put you in multiple looks within the offense, and then you can get it any way you want it.
Gets it in the right corner. Smith to Love. Kevin Love, 2-4 now.
Contact on a drive can be a beautiful thing. Making those tough shots can really help you build a mental advantage over your defender.
To Cantor. Won't go down. Hill to J.R. Smith. Big finish. Full head of steam that time.
I mean, Ed, I get more and more impressed with guys' ability to shift their body. If that's a Euro step, a side step, however they find a way to get through traffic and finish like that. Oof.
Cruises inside for 2.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Hill shot, no good. Nice follow-up on the dunk there. That's it for the first half. The Cavaliers have the lead.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and I've got your EA Sports halftime report. The Cavaliers have themselves a close game after 2 quarters. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible, and if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. Have a look at the leading scores for the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Knicks have kept it close after 1 half. And that deficit is a negative, of course, but I do see it positive. I really like how they move the ball, keeping each other involved offensively. They've got a nice flow to their game today. These are the guys getting buckets for the New York Knicks.
Game track. Assists.
The chemistry for each squad has been great today, and that explains the high assist total. Coming out of halftime, I'm interested to see what kind of defensive adjustments are made to limit the easy scoring opportunities.
Player of the half.
Hill has already put together a pretty nice highlight reel for himself, and that's just after 1 half of basketball. He did a lot of scoring, and it probably won't stop anytime soon.
Who was cold?
No one wants to be picked for this segment, but he couldn't avoid it. Maybe he'll turn things around in the second half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Hill across the timeline, up by 3. Short jumper stays out.
When I saw this team come out and warm up, everybody looked focused. They looked into the game before the game even started. I saw a completely different team at halftime. Guys were coasting around. Guys were talking to girls in the stands. Guys were playing around with the ball boys. They weren't focused, and it's showing up right now in the second half.
Cavaliers with the basketball. Probing the defense. Denied by Cantor.
That kid can block out the sun, man.
Can't miss those. Another follow. No good. Tanilikina lets it fly from long range. Can't connect. Hill into the front court. His guys lead here early stages, third quarter. Korver to George Hill. Smith to Hill. Got a piece.
Whoa! Get that out of here.
Message sent, Jay. George Hill on a pass stolen by the Knicks. Tanilikina. Too much contact and free throws coming.
You never really want to foul a shooter, but if you do, ensure they're going to have a tough time converting. That's good knowledge of personnel.
Frank Ntilikina at the line for 2 shots. Hasn't missed yet. And he connects on the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. Hill across the timeline. His guys now down by a point. To J.R. Smith. Thompson to J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith with the strong finish.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. To Cantor. Rejected by Thompson.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
That's off the side of the rim, no good. To Cantor. Deep right corner, beyond the arc for 3. Another chance, and a putback slam.
If you know anything, it comes down to who wants it more. And right now, the offense is just hungrier.
Hill into the front court. His guys now trailing by a point. To Korver. From long range. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Hardaway to Cantor. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Count the basket inside.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Tanilikina fires the 3.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance.
Your shit, nigga.
First one goes down. Second free throw off the mark. Still one to come.
Entering the game for Cleveland, number 2.
Count the bucket for 2.
Not only does he have the frame, not only does he have the speed, but they called him the young bull for a reason. Let me bring you back to a game where he played against Minnesota. Multiple kids on his team when he played for Alabama got hurt. There were only 3 players for Alabama to play on the court. 3 versus 5. Colin Sexton had 40 points and almost led his team to a victory. That's how easy he makes it look scoring the basketball.
Oh, mistake there as the pass stolen by the Knicks. Short jumper won't go down.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
And a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
New blood coming in for both sides.
Team foul number 1. That's the first foul in the last 2 minutes. Into the game
Smith.
for Cleveland. Number 1, Rodney.
To Love. Going to launch beyond the arc. Knox with the board. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a 3-point play. No foul.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Spinning shot won't fall. Cantor. Here's a chance from long range, and he buries it. Jay, the system produces once again.
I got to be real here. I think he was the only one expecting to shoot that shot. The crowd, the coaching staff, every other player on the court, and myself, all of our mouths are left wide open right now.
Knocks down the first. Able to convert on both free throws. And a finish at the rim.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Cleveland has the basketball to Rodney Hood. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
For 3. That's off the side of the rim, short. Trying to cash in. The Knicks secure the rebound. They'll let one fly from half court. There's the buzzer. 3 quarters complete. The Knicks have the lead. The Knicks to inbound here to start the 4th quarter, and they'll be looking to finish strong.
And when you play stingy defense on one end, the other end takes care of itself.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Moutier can't get that one to go. Defense was all over him. Korver to Colin Sexton. Colin Sexton slams it down.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
To Moutier. Oh, nice find for the basket.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Sexton to Rodney Hood. Here comes the screen. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
Layup goes down. Well done.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25-plus assists and you won the game and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
To Rodney Hood. Wide open look, won't go. Trey Burke. Won't go.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Off the mark. Surprised he took that one.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws.
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side, talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court.
To Rodney Hood. Screen coming. Hood. Tristan Thompson, nice.
Shoot, shoot. Let me see that dance, boy. Let me see it.
Timeout here for the Knicks. That's their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with one remaining.
And this is where habits come into play. Players think they can turn that switch on and off at their beckoning call, but it doesn't work that way. That's why coaches talk about practicing good habits on a daily basis, because they show up in the fourth.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Number 3, Tim Hardaway Jr. Stepping in, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Number 3,
To Cantor. Just enough of a head fake to help on that one.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Hill to Korver. Has a look. Kevin Love. With that, he's 5 for 9.
People may not remember the old school Kevin Love, the one that used to beast you on the block. Now, he lives almost exclusively on the perimeter.
To Cantor. Hill across the timeline. All even here in the fourth. To Love. Turns and slams it down.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Ball in possession of Cleveland. George Hill to Korver. Good touch from George Hill.
Well, you know what the old saying is, when you assume you make a... You know what I'm talking about. You can't fault the D too much there. I was expecting to kick out 3.
Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Look at that. Calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Hill to Korver. And they call the foul. Out the breeze there, Jay.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
New York Knicks are in the penalty. Subbing in for the New York Knicks.
Smith.
Number 11, Frank Ntilikina.
Knicks come away with it.
It's time to take advantage of an extra possession.
Curling inside. Tim Hardaway Jr. It's been a quiet night. Only 3 attempts, but he makes that one stick.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
George Hill to Love. Hill. Off the mark. No good. To Hardaway. Fires the 3. Now that's a contest.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Hill to J.R. Smith. Hill. Message received. Well defended. Here comes the intentional foul, but they did have one to give, so no free throws yet. They'll shoot after the next foul.
Smart play. You have fouls to use. Good way to manage the clock without burning the timeout.
Here's a whistle and an intentional foul. 2 free throws coming up with 25 seconds remaining.
Good foul right there. You want to stop the clock.
hits the first free throw.
That boy got jumper.
Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Now a whistle, and Cleveland is going to use a timeout. It's just their first of the final 3 minutes. That leaves them with one more. George Hill to Love. Can't connect. Burke with it. Up by 6. And here's the foul. Right now it's a 2-possession game, so if he hits 1 or 2 of these, it could be all she wrote. Frank Ntilikina, a couple of free throws on the way. He's been steady, 83% at the line. First free throw is good. Fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. For 3, buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
And they call it.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
First one, count it. Goes 2 for 2. Now the Cavs gonna signal for timeout. That's their second of the final 3 minutes. No more timeouts left the rest of the game. Cleans it up, and a putback slam.
Come here.
20-footer at the buzzer. Shot at the buzzer's good. Not the greatest show of sportsmanship. An already contentious battle has now come to a close.
It's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Knicks got the win in a nail-biter. The statistic that seems to stand out in 3D is their assists. So many of their points were made possible by their team chemistry, and it was great to see. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the New York Knicks. The Cavaliers must be devastated after such a close loss. While they did put together quite a highlight reel of dunks in this matchup, they did not put together a win. As we all know, style points never show up on the scoreboard. Check out the leading scores for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Enes Kanter put up the kind of points that made him an easy choice for this award. He couldn't be stopped. And when he realized he was in his zone, he just took it to another level.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Time now for the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.